Today we are gonna be making birria. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I never know if it's supposed to be birria or birria, but I mean it doesn't have an accent, so I'm gonna say birria. Birria is an amazing recipe. It consists of a beef stew that you then like dip your tortillas into the beef stew, and then you put like cheese and the cheese melts, and then you put the meat inside and you close it, and it's so fucking good, dude. God, it's amazing. Anyways, what do you need for birria? You need beef, of course, about 2 to 3 pounds. So this is 1,400 kilos. So that's about 3 pounds, give or take. You need tortillas, of course. I got some bigger ones this time because since you're putting meat and cheese in here, it's better to have a bigger tortilla. Cheese. You should get Oaxaca cheese. I actually went to a store that had Oaxaca cheese, and then I was like, where's your Oaxaca cheese? And they're like, it comes on Wednesday. And I'm like, I need it for this weekend. So I'm using mozzarella, which is very similar. It's the same with like quesadillas. You can use mozzarella. You should use Oaxaca, but it's fine to use mozzarella. Then, for the sauce, you need 1 small onion, tomatoes, 6 cloves of garlic, cumin, peppercorns, Mexican oregano or normal oregano is fine, cloves, cinnamon, like an actual stick. And then for serving, this is later, you need another onion, cilantro for the toppings, and lime. But for the you also need beef stock. So I couldn't find like the actual one, so I got beef bouillon cube. Just so you know, 1 bouillon cube to 1 cup of water equals 1 cup of stock. Of course, making your own stock is better, but I didn't want to. And the actual baby is the main star of this dish. Chile de arbol, ancho chile, and chile guajillo. Look at this. When I was in Mexico, I was like, Mom, I need to bring back chilies. Look at this. This is what you gotta bring. This is what I got. You can get these chilies in Spain. I just want to clarify, these are legal to have in Spain. They're just a lot more expensive. Of course, I brought my beautiful stash. And this recipe asks for a lot. It asks for 7 guajillo, 7 ancho, and 5 chile de arbol. I want to clarify something. Chile de arbol is super spicy. If you're like, I can't do spice, this is where the spice is coming from. Guajillo is for flavor and ancho is for flavor as well. They are a little bit spicy, but like handleable. But if you're scared of spice, then this is where it's at. What the fuck? Something fell. So if you're like, no, then don't put any of the chile de arbol. If you want a lot of spice, do 5. If you want less spice, 3. But here's where your true spice is coming from, so this is where you have to be careful. Let's get to cooking. Oh, look, I got my hair. Look at this. You know what? I cut it to my face because I was like, I want bangs. But my hair naturally dries like this. Like, what is this? What the fuck? Okay. As I said the other day on my process of finding recipes, you read a lot, you investigate what you like, and you write it down. So I do recommend having like a little notebook where you write down all your recipes, and then you start having your own little cookbook. Okay, so first things first, you should do your beef stock because you're gonna need it to boil. You need 3 cups of beef stock, so that means 3 bouillon cubes. So as I said, 3 cubes, and 3 cups of water to those 3 cubes. So 3 cups water because you need 3 cups stock. Boil that. Then next step is hydrate your chilies. In a pot, you put in 1 onion, quartered, and removing the skins and the butts. So butt out, butt out. Onion. Then 7 ancho, 7, and then 5, 4, I'm gonna do 6. Let's do 7. I'm not scared. Are you scared? You know what's fun about the short hair? I can use little clippies. Why is this giving Wolverine? Oh my god. Look, see? It's... I am obsessed with Deadpool and Wolverine. I've seen that movie like 3 times now. Ugh. So de-seed these. So my friend was saying how like she was wearing like khaki pants and then a t-shirt and on top of it like a khaki green top shirt, and she said the way she was dressed was like subtle Indiana Jones cosplay, and she was reading how it gives some people confidence, like maybe people don't know that she is dressed like Indiana Jones, but she knows, so it helps her, you know? And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's like Indiana Jones realness. And she just looked at me like, fuck, it's realness. Here is where nerd culture and queer culture do not combine, but I was thinking about it, and if you think about it, drag and cosplaying, it's kind of the same thing, you know, like Indiana Jones, realness. It's so similar, yet so different. Okay, so your chicken is boiling. Not chicken! Fuck! Beef stock is boiling, so turn that off. You don't want it to burn. There's one chile that's called cascabel, and cascabel is rattle. So it's funny that it sounds like a rattle. So anyways, the thing about being terminally online, I think it's fine. I'm terminally online, but I feel like you do need to step away from it. You know, I am a big proponent of touching grass, but I understand the whole thing because I've read about it a lot where like there's no third spaces. You know, I understand that like if all your friends are online because you can't hang out at the mall, and you know, I hate it. I hate that there's no third space. My mother. Ah, like a little gift of spiciness. See how it cracks? But anyways, I understand that it's like touching grass. It's very fun in concept, you know, because you can just say like, ooh, touch grass if you live in a walkable city in Europe. But if some teenager is like stuck at home, I mean, I remember in California, if my parents left us at home, we were screwed. I was bored, okay? I was about to rip my hair out. Okie dokie. Seeds out, de-seeded, and here you put, oh shit, I forgot. Bay leaves, you need 3. So, so smelly, so nice. 3 bay leaves. So, 1 tablespoon of peppercorns. I'm just gonna put these in. I don't know how much it is. For, you know, for recipe's sake, let's measure it. I think it's half a tablespoon. Yeah, about in full peppercorns, and then a small cinnamon stick. This calls for Mexican cinnamon. I don't have Mexican cinnamon. I'm putting the small one in, so full cinnamon stick in there. The Mexican cinnamon, you can grind it up. This one, we're gonna remove it before grinding. You have all your stuff. So put cold water until all of them are covered, and then you bring this to a boil. So since we have small bowls, we can just measure out all of our spices for later. 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and finally, half a teaspoon of cloves. I try to measure out everything so that you can get rid of these things. So like now that all of this is done, I can just put it in its place. So cut up your beef pieces into smaller beef pieces. Now, you want to get this into smaller pieces so you can sear it more, because the more you sear, like, you get more browning onto your beef. Now, you need to salt these really well. So, salt well. So, you should start heating this up because you're gonna sear your grab a neutral oil. Okay, so pepper. So spread it around all of the beef pieces. You can kind of feel if it's getting hot. I'm not touching the pan, I'm just putting my hand like above it. And you can always check if your oil is hot by throwing water, and if it goes tss, that's when you add your beef, because you want to sear, right? You want it to get a crust. So you want it to be as hot as possible. Okay, so once it starts boiling, you cover it up, turn the heat off, and let it cook for 15 minutes. Okay, so now you can kind of tell that it's hot. I don't know if you can hear this, but it's sizzling, so you know that your pan is hot to sear. So you can hear the searing. You should work in batches because the Dutch oven isn't that big. Your chilies are now cooked, but you are going to grind this. So let it cool, and then while that is cooling, you should sear your tomatoes and your garlic. So while your tomatoes are searing, start passing all of this stuff in here. See, here's your cinnamon stick, so let's remove that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Ow, ow. 1 cup of your beef stock, and you add your cumin, cloves, and oregano. Add 1 cup of this like chili liquid where you were cooking your chilies. Oh, you also need 1 tablespoon of vinegar. So apple cider vinegar in here. Then take your seared tomatoes and garlics, remove from heat, and let it, so see they're seared, like they have a black side. We're waiting for this to cool so it doesn't explode, so preheat your oven to 180. So grind this up. Awesome. So into your Dutch oven, you put in your meat, and then you take this mixture and pour it on top. Oh, Woo! Oh, yes. My love. Make sure everything is covered. Because you are making a soup as well. So, take the other 2 cups of beef broth that you have and pour it in. Now grind this up. And kind of get the beef broth to grab all of the little pieces of the mixture from the grinder, if that makes sense. So into that as well, so it grabs all the like chili pieces and anything that might have been left over in the grinder. And then you mix this up, you cover it, and into your oven for 3 hours. Wait. Oh. See you later. Bye. 3 hours later. Let's get our drink on. No, I do have Corona. As with a lot of recipes in Mexico, this has white onion and cilantro on top of it. Cilantro, small one, just in case. Let's start chop it. Have you seen the people who like throw it in ketchup? I can't do that. I don't have knife skills. What if some chef sees me and is like, she chops like a bitch? Okay, so I'm gonna finish my point about touching grass and, you know, terminally online and stuff. When I spend too much time on TikTok or whatever, I feel like I wasted so much time. And this isn't even making me like, oh, I should be working. It's like, I could be doing things. I didn't accomplish anything like for my personal life, you know? But I think I have a solution that is like touching grass and entertainment for when you're watching like mid-movies. It's crafting. So when you're a kid, you craft so much. You got lanyard, you got like that shit where you put 2 popsicle sticks and then you loop around a yarn. All of these crafts, they're shitty, but it's fun. And honestly, I feel like when you're an adult, people like won't do hobbies unless it's good enough to sell. Like, we should take the energy you have as a kid where it's crafting for crafting's sake, creating for creating's sake, and you kind of feel like you accomplished something. You feel like in your free time you're like actually getting something done, you know? But I really do think that we should normalize like adult crafting, because when we were kids, like the teachers understood that it's important for us. Normalize shitty crafts that are like for mom's fridge, because you need it. It's the human urge to create, you know, and it doesn't have to be good. Just do it for you, no? Not yet. We're still 1 minute and 30 seconds out. Okay, get a nice chop in there. Oh, look at that. Woo! Canola. Okie dokie. It's been 3 and change hours. I love that. I love it. So it's been 3 and spare change hours. Take out your birria. It's time to be real. No, it's time to birria. Oh my god. Oh, fuck me. Ooh, oh shit, it's boiling, dude. Look at this. Fuck me, please. Oh my dear god. Amazing. Yes. See, let's take out a piece. Look at that. Does it fall off the bone? Yes, it is. Oh my god. Try it. Oh my god. I'm gonna cry. This is so good. I'm so happy right now. Okay. So how do you prepare birria tacos? We're not done yet. We're not done. This recipe just keeps getting better and better. Take a pan and start heating it up. So what you're gonna do here is, so prepare your cheese and a little bit of your meat. You take a tortilla and you dip it into the liquid, okay? So you dip it into the, ow, that's hot. Okay, so this, now it's wet, so you put it. You have your tortilla that has been dipped in the liquid, and then you put cheese on there and the meat. So, while your quesadilla is cooking, you serve yourself up some of the consome, some of the soup, because this is soup and taco. Ooh, that's hot. Oh, fuck me. Okay, you put the cilantro and onion on top of the soup. And then you take your taco with the melted cheese and you dip it into the... Look at this. Oh, and... Oh my god. I'm gonna cry. This is so good. This wouldn't be a Mexican recipe without lemon. You squeeze that into the consome, and then you eat the consome like a soup, and it's delicious. It's meat broth with chili, cinnamon, and cloves, and cumin. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is beef birria. So worth the wait. So worth the time it takes to prepare this. Try it. Make this. Have a lovely rest of the day. And viva Mexico. Salud.